One of the things I love to do is to bring nature into the house, since having nature is one of the biggest pleasures, but not only, it's also what brings us the most health. And so for that reason, I have here a little garden with lots of herbs and also some plants. And they are what gives me the most pleasure when I need to connect and to ground myself. It's very easy to get lost in these days, the mind going around, and the getting in touch with plants actually help in grounding, because it has the earth element. And so it's also a way to bring nature indoors. If you don't have a garden, if you are not somewhere near a forest or a garden somewhere outside, then this is the best option. Well, in my case, I've chosen a lot of herbs because I like to be able to pick them also and use them in my food. And here I have a few examples. I have mint, for example, I have thyme, and many other things that I use not only in teas but also in the food, and I just pick them whenever I need. They're over here. It's a good relationship because I take care of them, I give love to them, and then if the time comes, I can pick a few of these leaves to nourish myself. I would also like to add that I am not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just a person like you who has experimented and who has felt well in my body in this case. I've been a vegetarian for almost 27 years now. And well, I guess the results are visible. I've been very healthy, and I do recommend a live food, the food that comes from the farms, the food that comes from the markets. So whenever you have the chance to buy organic food, that's my choice, and as a friend, this is my advice to you as well. Okay, so I have to share with you a juice that is a juice of my preference. It's a juice that I do with a slow juicer, and I will explain you soon what is a slow juicer. I use as ingredients carrots, beetroot, apples of your choice, but I tend to choose the ones that are local and from the season. And so these are the apples here, and I also use a little bit of ginger. This is a juice that you might have heard of. It has lots of people that follow this juice, so to say, because it's a juice that is very rich in many ways. It has a red color because of the beetroot. And me personally, when I drink it, I feel more alive and more re-energized. So sometimes if I don't have the celery, I use other greens, for example spinach, parsley, whatever I have of green color, I use as well as a substitute for the celery. But the celery really gives this little nice taste to it. First I wash everything. The peeling is obviously very basic, and I also do the same with the apples. Now this is something very good for compost. So if you happen to have a little garden outside, I do recommend you to do a compost. So these are organic material that is very precious. Now about the ginger, I usually like to take about 2 inches, more or less, about this amount. Everything is already prepared. It's time to cut the vegetables and the fruit into small portions. And now finally the carrots. If you want to make your own vegetable garden, just for the fun of seeing something grow, these are roots, and as a root that goes in the earth, the little top is the one that has the leaves. And so if you want to do an experiment, you can always try to put this in water. So just cover the tiny bottom with water and let it sit, and make sure there's always water, and you will see the little greens come out. This is a great experiment for the kids, for example, or just to have some green in your house. I have some over there that I can show you. So I did the same with turnips. So there's a nice garden. I have some water inside, and so this is new friends that I brought home. So now all the vegetables are ready, and I will show you what exactly is a slow juicer. This is one that I found on the market. There's many others, but the particularity about the slow juicer is that within it has a kind of a twister. So it's a process that will mash the fruit, and it will extract the juice out of it. Instead of taking it into small pieces with the blades, it just mashes the fruit or the vegetables into juice. And the juice is ready. It has really nice colors, really nice shades. The orange in this case coming from the carrots in the bottom, the red from the beet is more on the top. But now you can just blend it and drink it, and it's delicious. And after you try this one, I'm not sure you will go back to red wine.